All right. This weekend I watched The Social Dilemma. Okay. Akaash, you did not watch The Social Dilemma. Alex, you saw it?
Yeah.
Mark, you see it?
Yep.
Taylor, have you seen The Social Dilemma? You should watch it. Everybody at home, it's on Netflix. Very interesting. Fatalist look at social media platforms, and their like manipulation of like the human psyche to force you into, spending hours and hours of your time watching social media, and the role they play in the divisiveness in our country right now, and fake news, etc. And it's got this like horrible approach to social media, and I cannot sit here and hate on this documentary, Alex. Because that same algorithm that they're trashing is the reason why I have a career. It's the reason why we have this studio. It's the reason why people are watching this right now. So the algorithm, they're looking at this algorithm like, all it does is feed you this horrible shit and like your worst possible nightmare and feed into your fears, and there's nothing fact checked. And yes, of course, it's all right. But at the same time, like, and they're making all these points about like, all you're doing is spending hours upon hours on the internet, right? All day, you're wasting your time. It's like, yeah, we can do that because the internet has made our lives so easy.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I'm saying? We can look at our phone for 4 hours because I don't have to go to the store to pick up groceries. I just type it in my phone and then they bring it to me, right? I don't have to wait online at a movie theater. I just watch it on home on Netflix. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to, for places like reservations and all this kind of stuff. I guess you can call up and make reservations back in the day, but it's just so simple to do absolutely everything. We have tons of extra time to just stare at our phone. Now, I'm not saying we should, okay? But the last thing you're going to see is me come out, a content creator and podcaster, and tell people not to look at their phones.
Can I say this? The one thing I did see, the guy's name.
Stop talking. You didn't watch the fucking documentary.
No, that's a valid point.
Stop your fucking talking. What do you mean?
It's a valid point.
No facts. Fuck it.
Go. All right,
it's a valid point. The guy's name, Tristan.
Yo,
when he corrects the bitch who says Tristan, he's like Tristan.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
out.
fine. That was good.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy through and through. Nothing you say is valid.
And also, it kind of feels like a bunch of people got fired from these social media platforms. They're now like, social media is bad. Like, it's literally all the guys that made social media so bad now going, oh, by the way, it's bad.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not making any money off of it anymore, so I just want to let you know it's bad. It's
From their mansion?
From their fucking mansion.
So let me find a way to make money off of how it's bad.
Dude, it's the Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They're the guy who literally worked for America, destabilizing third world countries so we could take advantage of them, stopped doing it, and then wrote a book about how fucked up it was. The guy who wrote the book, The Game, remember that guy? His name is Neil Strauss, the nerd that learned how to get pussy, and he wrote a book about it. Great read, okay? You know what he did? He got a girl, and he wrote another book about how important it is not to just fuck random bitches and get a girlfriend. These motherfuckers are literally giving you AIDS and then giving you the cure.
No cure for AIDS.
Say again?
No cure for AIDS, but keep
you know
going.
what I mean? Like, it's like, don't be a part of the problem and then act like you're part of the solution and want some pats on the fucking back.
But now what do you do, though? So if you are part of the problem, what's the solution?
If you are part of the problem and you don't stop yourself, like you get stopped, the company's like, yo, you're not really good at this shit no more, peace, then you're bitching about it, get out of here.
Right.
But if you realize what you're creating and then you go, I don't feel like I want to be part of this, and then you take every action you possibly can to like fix it within the company and then they fire you, then come back.
Well, one of the dudes was about that.
Which one?
Like the one that he's like actually holding conferences about
that's
how
that
bad
Tristan.
social media.
That's that Tristan.
And he sent that memo out while he was still working at the company. Like, yo, this is becoming a problem. Like, it's
That's the thing. It is a problem.
He tried.
But here's the thing. It is a problem, but it's also, we have to understand, we are the problem. Like, I hate this zero accountability on like humans part, right? It's like you choose to watch the video.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to discern between content. And that's something that like older generations don't know how to do as well as younger generations. Like I was asking Mark, right? I'm like, yo, when you see a video randomly, like what's going on? You see a picture, you see anything like that. Do you have some healthy skepticism about it? And he goes, oh yeah, of course. Like, cause I know how much fake shit exists there. Like my whole life, I grew up with people who had like filters and all this other stuff. If I show my girlfriend or you show your girlfriend a picture of a beautiful woman, what's the first thing she does?
Trash him.
And start to tell you what's
fake. Yeah.
So the younger generation is observing content through the lens of, man, this is fucked up. This ain't real. This is conspiracy. This is bullshit. The older generation, the boomers, are consuming content on Facebook. All of our parents are on Facebook consuming content like, oh my God, the world's on fire. Everything's going wrong. This is horrible. Because they grew up trusting everything they saw. So I don't know if this is that much of a problem for kids. I know they're like, suicides are up and this, that, the other. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe people weren't suiciding that much back in the day, right? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Suicides are up by how much?
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
100%.
The stats that they put in that shit, it was up quite a bit.
But there's nothing else that that's due to?
I mean, it was only since like 2010 when like social media really blew up.
Oh, you know what's probably due to? The fact that there's way more ways to commit suicide. Can't commit no suicide back in the day.
What you mean?
When do you think
Pills
guns were
and shit?
invented? When do you think pills were invented?
Pills came out in like 93. I remember they came out with the.
It was Flintstone gummies and then it was pills.
Flintstone gummies. They had the Fire Air Maxes.
Right, yeah.
And then they came out with the pills. And then you could OD on the pills.
Gotcha. Round about the Jordan 9s.
Yeah, it was when the Jordan 9s came out, they came out with them pills.
Right, gotcha.
So, no, in all seriousness, obviously there's negative side. I'm not acting like there's no side effects. The same thing with like environmentalism. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yes, of course we should care about the environment, but the fatalist attitude towards the environment, like, oh my God, we have 10 more years left, the planet's going on fire, we're all fucking done, is bullshit.
Yeah.
And the lack of personal accountability when it comes to the internet, you should be able to not watch shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't watch shit. If it's bad, you don't like your feed, that's your fault.
Yep.
Like, real talk.
I have no problem with the algorithm. I think it makes our life enjoyable whenever we pick up our phone. Because it's like, it's showing me shit that I already like. I don't have to go searching for it anymore.
Yep.
And now it's on you. You have your own accountability to put your phone down.
Exactly.
So it's like, if it's a kid, if it's happening to a kid, it's the parents. Hey, you have to control their phone time and get them like to build that muscle of being able to control it themselves. And as an adult, you have no fucking excuse.
And also sorry, go.
It's different though. Young kids are like, that's all that quiets them down is the fucking laptop and the internet.
Nah.
That's it.
I'm not hearing that excuse.
I know it's tough for you to imagine a life with kids, but, it's a thing.
I see young kids. I see parents that raise their children with no screen time, and they find things to do. Like these little ass kids are like fucking playing soccer, and they look like 5. So it's like you can do other things. Go the fuck outside and do other stuff. You don't need to just sit them in front of a screen.
It doesn't have to be too extremes. You can like let them use the screen and let them use the iPad, and then also take it away. It's like we do that with every single thing.
Well, I know we had to have that done to us.
With video games.
Video games, TV, all that shit was just gamified to try to keep you tuned in as much as possible.
Yeah.
They've just kind of perfected the system, and that's a little scary to us, which I get. But it's been happening since, it's
been happening for a minute. But there is something really important that I hope people start to understand. It's like, teaching kids to have a certain expectation, and not even kids, fucking adults, to have a certain expectation about the information that they digest. You know what I mean? Like when we were young, we would go to the newspaper stand with our pops or our moms, right? You go to the newspaper stand, there'd be a New York Times, there'd be a Washington Post, there'd be a Daily News, and there'd be a National Enquirer, right? And you look at the National Enquirer, you start reading it, and then your dad would be like, oh, that's all bullshit, that's fake, don't trust anything. So now in the future, when I see a headline from the National Enquirer, I'm going, oh, that's bullshit. I'm not going to trust that. Right? Now, I'm not saying it can't be right, but my pop set an expectation for what is right or wrong. And if you're on the internet, you got to tell your kids the same shit and tell our fucking old ass parents the same thing. Just because you see a video with a ticker at the bottom, don't mean it's a legit news source. You know what I mean? My mom out here sending me 5G conspiracies and I got to explain what the fuck 5G. You on 3G. You got the old iPhone. You got 2 more Gs. You don't got to worry about it.
So now the only scary part is like the generation that falls right under that. So the ones that are old enough that they get tricked by this shit. And then they have little kids who are impressionable by the parents who are raising them.
Yes, because now there's no filter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now the kids are consuming everything the parents are consuming. They're believing everything.
Now you got a dad who believes the National Enquirer.
Yes, 100%. Don't get me wrong. There is a problem. And we will find solutions for it. But the idea that this documentary was pushing forward was essentially like, we got to stop the algorithm. The algorithm has already gone too far. This, that, the other. It's like that same algorithm is teaching me everything I know about like the world. I want to research philosophers. I look it up on YouTube. I check it out. I want to learn about like boxers. I want to learn about like fights. Everything I'm getting.
You know what else is interesting? Who released this documentary? Netflix. What does Netflix use constantly to get you to watch it?
Algorithm.